Welcome, judges, and thank you so much for taking your time to judge our projects. Okay, this will be the web page you will go to. We will give you the site in an email, and then you will come in here and type your name. It'll have a J for judge hyphen your first initial and your last name. Okay, yes, mine's saved in here already, as well as my password. If you check the Remember Me, yours will be saved as well. Okay, and then we're going to log in. Now, if you judged last year, your actual pages will look very similar. This is your judging assignment. This will be your home page. It'll have your name and judge. This will be the coordinator's notes telling you anything that you may need to know ahead of your screening. Like, for example, maybe one of the projects, even though it's on your judging sheet here, it may be having technical difficulties. Maybe we're working on it and we'll let you know when you can judge that one. Or it may say only 10 are showing up, 20 are showing up, whatever. Let me know when you're done with these and I will assign you more. And then this is all the entries you would have at that time. You'll have the pencils, which when you click the pencils, that's how you get into the entry. It'll give you the entry number, the grade level, the production type, and then it'll give you what status you're at. Have you started judging? Are you completed judging? When you are complete with judging, hopefully it'll show you that it's down here and it'll be judged entry. That's where it will show up. Obviously in this example it will not. We don't have all the links running. But at the end when you're actually judging, you judge one, it'll show up underneath judged entries. You will not have all of these production types either unless you asked for a mixture. Most of you will have 2, maybe 3 different types. Okay, these are here to give you an example so I can show you some of the different criteria sheets. Each production type has some differences in their criteria. For good reason, because they're different types of production. Okay, let's just go through and look at it. Okay, this will be your home page. In order to get into it, we're going to hit the pencil. Let's take a look at a sequential still. I click the pencil. My judging form should show up. This is similar to last year as well. You do want to read the judging form. It gives you sometimes information to help you judge it. For example, it might say, this is my first time doing this. They're a first time entry. They've never done one before. May tell you, why they did this to meet such and such standards. So it's good for you to know. It'll give you the grade number, the type of production again, a synopsis of what this is about. Usually it'll give you student insight and reflection. Sometimes the kids don't, and the teachers as well. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. You should have a play button and then your list of criteria. Okay, yes, I'm going to go back through it. Okay, before you play, you should read your responses from the kids, and you should also read your criteria so you know what you're looking for. Your blue ones are your content organization. Okay, and then down below you have your purple ones, which are going to be your production quality or your technical. All right, and like I said before, your production type will have different criteria. So again, this is a sequential still. Remember up top, it's a sequential still. So let's see some of the criteria that are required for a sequential still. All right, looking up at the first one. We're not going to go over all these because you guys can read these later. Okay, you're going to look for, does the project meet this criteria when you're looking at it? Does the project provide fresh, interesting insight into the subject of the production? Does the information or story paced and developed in a way that keeps audience interested? Does it heighten the viewer's attention, touch human emotion, feelings? Is the audio and video elements add in the general effectiveness of the production? Okay, if you think it meets the criteria, you check that. If it is not relevant, so for example, this one says on-screen text is correct. There is no on-screen text. If somebody is doing a story and they're narrating a story to picture or drawings or slides, it may not be relevant. They may not have any on-screen text. They may be narrating it to you so they don't have any. So you would hit the box where it's not there, it's not relevant. Let's look at some of the technical side because those are where a lot of your changes are going to happen per production type. Okay, are the external links, are they identified and could be added to the general effectiveness of the production? Remember, this is a sequential still. The graphic elements support the storyline. The layout of the page is consistent. White space and graphics. Are there any video elements, and are they working properly? Again, if it's not relevant, not every sequential still has video segments inside it. The transitions techniques, the scene changes are smooth and appropriate, the transitions going from slide to slide, the color palette and background are appropriate for the desired mood, the narration. Okay, so you would check the boxes that you feel the project meets the criteria. Then we have the judge's favorite. You're not going to worry about any of your criteria, how many you marked, how many you didn't mark. That's not going to come into any having to do with this. If you felt it was a judge's favorite, you click this box and you tell why. Maybe the production part wasn't that smooth or wasn't that great, but the story was so great and just really touched you that you want to tell them, because we want to encourage them to keep doing this. So you want to tell them why you thought it was a judge's favorite. The story really moved me. Some of the technical aspects need a little work, but the story was wonderful. Keep it up. All right, copyright concerns. This is where you write any concerns. You don't worry about anything other than saying, gee, I think the music went a little long here, or it looks like they might have used the song from, a popular song that may not have gotten copyrights for, please check. And then these are other notes to the coordinator. Some of you will be judging in pairs, and you'll need to let me know that you're using one judging sheet, but there's two of you judging it, so that I know I can go ahead and complete the judging. Once you send it to me, I'll be able to say, okay, there's two judges, they agreed, and we'll move it on. When you are done with your judging and you think everything is ready to go, you will hit the save and view results. We're not going to do that right now. I want to give you an idea of what the other production types might have. So let's look at another production type and look at their criteria list. Okay, so when we hit that back button, we'll come back and look at a different, let's try live action. Look at the criteria for live action. Okay, so I'm going to click the pencil. And we'll go into the judging form for grade 8 live action. Again, the synopsis. This one has student reflection. So you may want to read what it says. We only had 4 days to complete. I mean, that's important to know. We learned how to edit on Final Cut Pro. So there's obviously reasons to read this. And then the mentor, the teacher, or the sponsor, what they said. I wanted my students to learn to collaborate on a project. Also wanted students to become proficient using Final Cut. So there was reasons for, doing the project. Here's your play button. Again, before you read it, go through the criteria. Now, this is a live action, so let's check some of the live action criteria. Providing fresh, interesting, that's similar. The information or story is paced and developed in a way that keeps the audience interested. The runtime and length. The production achieves its stated purpose. Audio and video elements. And let's look at some technical ones. Background music and sound effects balanced with speaking voices. Camera work is focused and setting. Lighting is appropriate. Angles of shot is effective in showing the subject and action appropriately, and a tripod was used. Again, speaking voices. Maybe it's a movie and it's just on-camera voices. You don't have a voiceover. So this may not be relevant, so you put no speaking voices. But this obviously is more geared towards live action, and the criteria is slightly different. So you need to be aware of that. The judging favorites and your copyright concerns and your judge's notes are all similar. So let's go. You'd hit this to watch it, and we're not going to watch the whole thing. It'll pop up in another box. That's what I want to show you. Okay, then you'd exit out of that when you're done screening it, judging it, and you'd come down here to your criteria. Okay, this is not real. It's not going to go anywhere. This is not going to be the score of this particular project, because this is a real project. I'm just going to go through on this test, and we're going to just kind of pick some criteria that it meets. And then we're going to show you what the results look like. Okay. And then again, if you had a judge's favorite, I have no copyright concerns, and I'm going to put that 2 judges judged this, so as a coordinator I know I can finalize it. And then you're going to hit the save and view results, and we're going to show you what that looks like. Okay, number possible 18, number checked is 15. it meets ISMF standards of excellence. Okay, so that's good. If it doesn't meet it, it'll say does not meet ISMF standards of excellence. Then you can either edit your responses if you're like, I really want to go back and make that a judge's favorite. You go back to edit responses, it'll take you back in and you can change that. Or you could submit to coordinator. Okay? When you submit it to a coordinator, it's going to take you back to your home page. Okay, so it's going to take you back to your home page, and it'll say if you submitted it, it'll say it was submitted. If you didn't get to finish it and you wanted to write a judge's comment and you didn't get a chance, it'll say started, and you'll know you have to go back in and finish it and then submit it to me. Okay, when all these entries are judged, they will end up down here in judges entries. You can let me know that, and then I can assign you some more. Now, you may want to email me when you're done, because I'll get that faster than going through and looking and leaving me a note at the bottom that says, oh yeah, we're all done, by the way, because I have to go into the system to check to see. So it'd be easier for you to email me. But if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. That's pretty much how the judging works this year. We thank you again for your time, and we hope you have fun watching and judging the projects. Bye.